with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with, Kirk? I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm welcome to Speak. Welcome to Speak. Welcome to Speak. I'm 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 who you with, Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak on it with who you with, Kirk, dog. I'm who you with, Kirk, dog. Hope everybody had a great day today. Welcome Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is in the house. Also, Instagram is in the house too. Welcome y'all to the show. You can actually live chat with us in the chat room. Tonight we're gonna make it a little bit simple tonight. We're gonna talk about a couple of stories, and then we also gonna talk about been a while since we did it. Ask Kirk Dog anything. Whatever is on your mind, you can ask, and I will answer. I'm going to just say be prepared for the answer because whatever you ask, I will answer truthfully. So, yeah, just be prepared for it. I'm just going to put it out there. But welcome y'all to the show. We are live. You can live chat with us during the show. Now, Sunday night show, it was interesting. We talked about what was the young lady named Nakia that was killed by the police officer. Yeah, a lot of people want to troll, and I'm okay with that. That's a-okay with me. Like I tell y'all, just please like, subscribe, click the notification, tell a friend. However you need to tell them, share it. However you can do it, definitely do it, and continue to watch the show. You might learn a little something. Now, with everything I said on that show Sunday, they missed the main point. Like I told them, go back and rewatch the show. So I'm all good. But hey, welcome to the show. No matter where you're from, you are welcome on the show. We just ask that you be respectful. Then also we ask that you be honest. Um, Come back and no conspiracy theory. Before we get started, want to shout out to Friendship West. Please do not forget coming up. Oh, excuse me. Um, I believe it's on Thursday, March 18th, 10 a.m. Friendship West will be distributing boxes of groceries and water to those in need. So if you are in need of it, please go out and pick these items up. First come, first serve. So don't wait until 12 o'clock. Show up talking about you trying to get a box of grocery. They may be out. So definitely get there early. And if you need help, it's okay to ask for help. Go and get it. If you know somebody who need help, let them know. Don't be selfish and let them know and go out and get what you need. Um, they also still looking for volunteers that can help with electrician, plumbing, catering, grocery stores, etc. You can volunteer, uh, donate to them, or if you in a good position, um, go to their website. If you just want to say, you know what, I've been blessed this year, making good money, or came into a settlement or something, donate. donate, be a blessing to others. So definitely do that. Um, Thank you, Pastor Haynes, for always your leadership and encouraging us to get out the four walls of the church. I appreciate that. Um, so we're going to switch the stories around a little bit because there's going to be a couple of them we're going to hit on real quick. Um, I ran across the story earlier. Um, Excuse me, Chad Cameron Copley, North Carolina. Well, not too long ago, he actually was accused of murder and was charged of murder. So uh, it was a racially charged homeowner shooting. So basically, 20-year-old, he shot and killed back in 2016. Shot through his garage window in 2016 and killed Corey Thomas as the 20-year-old walked across Copley front yard, having left a party a few doors down in Raleigh crossing neighborhood. The shooting drew comparison to the Trayvon Martin case in Florida, in which an unarmed black teen was killed by George Zimmerman, a self-appointed neighborhood watchman. One of them again. Uh, After Thomas was killed, a lawyer representing his family described Copley as George Zimmerman 2.0. So Copley had called 911 and reported hoodlums racing up and down the street and was recording saying, "I'm going to kill him," before the operator picked up. In his 2018 trial, Wake County Assistant District Attorney Patrick Latour told the jury in his closing argument, "Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Ask yourself, if Corey Thomas and these people outside were a bunch of white males walking around wearing North Carolina state hat, is he laying dead, bleeding in that yard?" Oh, that's a strong question right there, because I don't think it would have happened. So, but Copley was actually convicted and sentenced to life in prison, and because of that, um, he tried to get it overturned, but it didn't happen. So, it didn't happen. So, the Supreme Court actually, not the Supreme Court, the appeal court, upheld the murder conviction. Um, so he's gonna stay in jail. They called him George Zimmerman 2.0. And some people may say, "Oh no, he didn't mean it like that." Yeah. If you recorded yourself saying that, well, it was on the recording saying you was gonna kill them, and here it is, that premeditated. So you knew exactly what you wanted. And that prosecutor did ask a good question. If that was uh, a white man, would they be laying in the yard dead, bleeding? I'm gonna say no. Just because somebody walk across your yard do not give you the right to shoot and kill them. Like I tell people all the time, look, everybody who have a gun shouldn't have one. Everybody is not mentally capable of carrying a gun. Because some people feel like just because you have a gun, it puts you in a much better position. It make you feel like you Superman all of a sudden. But you have to have the right mindset to be able to handle the pressure that you have a gun. What if someone know it or not? They don't give you the right to go out as soon as someone pisses you off and you decide to shoot them. It's not worth it because your life is over. Even though that person's life could be over or may not be over, but you taking a big risk. So don't do it. Don't do it. Um, For the ones just tuning in, you are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm M, Who You With Kurt Dog. Um, Coming up a little bit later tonight, we are gonna have Ask Kurt Dog Anything. So no matter what you want to ask, I will answer. So definitely ask, and uh, if you ask the question, I will definitely answer. I hope you like the answer. Um, Welcome to the show. Radio Chaos is in the house. Giving someone a firearm is like an instant black belt in karate to some people. That's the way some people feel. Some people actually feel that, oh, I had this gun now. I could do this. I could do that. No, it don't give you the right to do that. So you don't have the right to go and um, attack someone just because you have a gun. It's not right. So, but some people feel that they they get this superpower all of a sudden and can't do it, but you will be held accountable. That's all it is. Think about it. George Zimmerman, HOE or Watchman or whatever he want to call itself. But because he had a gun, he felt like it gave him power just because he had that title, that self-made title that caused you to feel like you could do whatever you want to just because you decide to be the neighborhood watch person. That don't give you the right to do that. And I'm quite sure that neighborhood association did not give you the right to, did not tell you to carry a firearm around. So as for Chad Cameron Copley, hey, you did the crime. Now you're doing the time. Tell Big Bubba we said what's up. Because I'm sure they tossing you around. Uh, so continue to have your party. And once it's all said and done, what's gonna happen? You'll be in there with Big Bubba braiding his hair, washing his drawers. So I'm just saying. Um, yes, he should have. He should have. And I would say this: if you put the shoe on the other foot, uh, if Zimmerman was um, a black guy, how do you think that would have worked out? Yeah, I don't think it would have worked out too good for the brother. That's my personal opinion. I don't think it would have went down the same way it did on the other one. What's going on, Nick Mitchell? How you doing tonight? Hopefully, you having a good week so far. Listening on Facebook. Welcome to the show. Click the like and go ahead and share it with your friends. Have them to come on in too. Um, yeah, but I think if Zimmerman was a black man, it wouldn't have the same outcome. If Chad Copley was a black man, it would have been the same results. Unfortunately, that's the difference between black laws and white laws. It's never the same. We seen too many unarmed black people get killed. For what? All because of a scary cop. Now, like I said at the beginning of the show, some people apparently they just automatic seen the title of the show and they didn't read then listen to the show. So they think I was trying to justify when the kill was killed by that cop in Nashville. And if they heard the show, They would have heard me say several times that was a justified killing. That cop should have shot her. And for the ones that want to troll me and try to say other things, I appreciate you for watching. Tell your friend about me too. You might learn a little something, something. But continue to come back. Continue to come back. Everybody is welcome. You have your own opinion. I'm not mad at you. I like it. That's why I respond back to your response. Um, but please, for the guy that put the link on there, I don't do links on my pages. I'ma just hide them. I won't click on them. So please do not put links. But if you want to have a conversation, I'm all for it. Radio said judge have said at sentencing for self-defense trial that they are concerned with the way some people are interpreting stand your ground laws. You're right. Just see the old saying here in Texas. I've always heard this from a child. If someone break in your house, and if you have to put something hot on that ass, make sure they inside of your house. Basically, someone break in until they cross that threshold, you don't shoot them. But once they come across the threshold, it's open season. And some people don't look at it like that. So you got to look at it. You got to be a complete threat. Your life have to be threatened in order for stand your ground to work. Just because somebody say something to you, your life is not threatened. Just because somebody cut you off in the car, road rage, your life is not threatened. Now, if somebody hold up a gun at you in a road rage or anything else, that's completely different. You have every right to defend yourself. But stand your ground just because you don't like the color of the person's skin, that should not happen. It shouldn't happen. Um, you cannot take the law into your own hand. And another thing, when all the Karens and Steves was coming at the woodworks and calling police on people, let me explain something to you. Calling the police on people for unnecessary reason, you should be charged with a crime abusing the 911 system. I don't care who you are. You calling 911 just for the hell of it, it's not good. So you gotta be smarter than that. But yeah, radio, you are right. It is a concern. Just like the judge said, it's a concern that some people take that law and interpret it the way they want to. Oh, no, it's not. Some people do think it, but it is a big deal. One, in this world today, you don't know who's caring and who's not caring. But if you show somebody that gun, that's a threat. They have every right to defend themselves. Every right. Regardless if you grabbed it, just like a police officer. If they see you raising your shirt up or have it in your hand or whatever, showing that gun, they have every right to defend themselves. They can't wait and see what you're gonna do. So as soon as you pull that gun or brandishing it, it's like, no, I'm not gonna wait. I see you have a weapon. You letting me know you have a weapon, but you're showing it. Far as I know, my life is being threatened. For the simple fact, why show it? Some people feel like they untouchable just because they have a gun. We seen too many people go to court after they did whatever they was did with that gun, that weapon, and then they in the courtroom when the is read, they're up there crying like a baby. So yeah, you can show it if you want to, but if you show it to the wrong person, that could cost you your life. Now, say for instance, if a person say, "Okay, they showing the gun, but let me call the police." I'm not gonna take them out because I don't want that on my conscience. Let me call the police, and guess what? Then you're still going to jail just for showing that gun. That's why when I see people that is, I would assume legal to carry, when they had their guns on their hip for everybody can see it. And let me just put it out there. The people that I see do it don't look anything like me. They able to do it because nobody would question if they have the license or not. Are you talking about that attorney? The one that her and her husband that was drunk on the protester? The one that Trump called the governor about? Are you talking about that one? Um, she should be charged. That's another reason why we need to look at the governors. Why are you getting involved with the case? The woman committed the crime, and bottom line, why get involved? In St. Louis, if he pardoned them for doing that, y'all need to vote him out. Get him out of office. That's how you make the difference. Vote him out. When it's time to vote, rain, sleet, or snow, or sunshine. When it's time for them to vote, yes, show up and show out. Get them out of office. If you don't get him out of office, he's going to continue doing this for his supporters because he's not doing it for everybody. He would only do it for his supporters. So yeah, get him out of office. That's how you solve all of that. Um, that's how you solve all of that. Uh, and they should lose their law license too. While you're at it, yes, they should. Um, I'm trying to pull that up. Let me find out the governor name because uh, Governor Mike Parson. Governor Mike Parson. She didn't only pull the gun, but she pointed the gun toward them. If any one of them would have been carrying, they had every right to bust the cap in our ass. She going, I'm looking at the video. She going like this with the gun, back and forth as she's yelling. Yeah, she should be charged. Should be. I don't know the gun laws up there, uh, but it's crazy. Yeah, they both are attorneys. That's why they should lose their law license. Should not be able to practice again. Excuse me. Trying to keep my water intake up because my mouth get dry, be talking so much, and gotta drink that water. Yeah, so it's I hope that Mike Parson, I hope he don't get involved with that case. Let them do the crime, do the time. They did the crime. I'm sure Big Bertha waiting on her and Big Bubba waiting on him. Let them learn they lesson. The question is, if they were black, would you do the same thing? I doubt it. I doubt it. Very seriously doubt it. I don't think you would have heard a word from him. If that was a Back the Blue rally and somebody came out and did the same thing, would it been the same results? Would he spoke out about it? Not only would he have spoken out about it, but also how many of them do you think would have been armed? Yeah, if they was armed, it would have been a shootout. You see, that's why I say all the time it's different laws for different people. Different laws for different people. So that's gonna be an interesting case to follow up on. But after we got off the hair last night, I said, "You gotta be kidding me." I know this fool did not do this senseless crime. Oh yeah. Well, she was out there yelling at him while she was going from right to left, left to right, however you want to put it. She was doing like this with the gun, pointing at him as she's yelling, probably saying something about Black Lives Matter not supposed to be here or something. Just doing like this, a peaceful protest. That's just like the attorney. I think she was a real estate attorney or something. I can't remember. Um, she decided to walk through a peaceful protest and charged up this young black man. Um, I want to say it was in St. Louis too. I'm not quite sure. Um, but she decided to uh, walk through there, get into an argument with this young man, then turn around and spit in his face. Um, I'm trying to see. If y'all just not tuning in, you are listening to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog. Um, Sometime when things come up, we got to pull stuff up live because we are live, and you can live chat with us during the show. You can live chat with us. Um, Trying to see where was this located. Da. I think it was in St. Louis, but I'm not quite sure. I hate when these places want me to sign up for them. Um, no, I'm sorry. Um, it was New York City. Uh, Let me make sure, cause that might be a different incident. But I see one in New York, and I thought it was in uh duh, 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 duh. Trying to see exactly where it was because I want to make sure I get the right information. Because one thing about it, we do only put out facts. We don't put out conspiracy theory. Unfortunately, like some people, we're gonna stick to facts. Welcome, Fred Cameron from Instagram. Welcome to the show. I believe he's in California. Um, no, it was Wisconsin. It was Wisconsin, 64-year-old woman. So, yeah, that was Wisconsin. Spit in a young black man's face last summer at a peaceful protest. Now, when I read this other story, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But that ain't what I said, but that's the clean version of it. So I'm a work in progress. What's happening, Fred? I see you tuning in on Instagram. You can live chat with us. And um, if you see a story that we're talking about, you want to comment on it, you can definitely do it. And you can also join us if you go to my profile, click the link on Facebook. You can actually click the link and click the link on the link tree and go over to YouTube. Then you could be on with everyone, and whatever chat you put in the chat, other viewers can also see your chat. Unfortunately, Instagram haven't got to that point yet, but they are working on a process. So if you want to join us and be able to chime in where people can read your comments, you could definitely click on the link tree on the YouTube link and come right in and you can communicate with us during that time. So we're live on several platforms: Facebook, YouTube, D Live, Twitch, Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram. So you could definitely join us on either one. Unfortunately, Instagram haven't got to where we need them to be yet. But just like the chat that is up now, Radio Chaos said they didn't look afraid, they look angry. Yes, they did. So it should show up on your monitor here soon. But if you go to YouTube, you can automatically come in and I can see all your chats on the stream and everyone else can too. So let's get to this food. I'm gonna call it like it is. This food in Indianapolis. Quadruple homicide started after arguing over a stimulus check. A stimulus check. How are you going to get upset over a stimulus check? I'm not going to say it. The man accused of killing three adults and a 7-year-old girl in Indianapolis on Saturday night told police he began shooting everyone inside of a home after an argument over a stimulus check. Court records show Malik Halfacre, 25, was taken into custody a day after police say he shot and killed Anthony Johnson, 35, Daquan Moore, 23, Eve Moore, 7, and Tamika Brown, 44. A survivor of the shooting, who family says shared a daughter with Halfacre, has was shot in the back during the incident and directed police to the residence Saturday night. Halfacre said in an interview with police that he and his daughter mother were arguing because he wanted some of her stimulus check, according to a probable cause affidavit. Um, he told welcome everyone who just tuned in on all the platforms. Uh, He told investigator that after he shot everyone inside the house, he took the money and his daughter's mother purse and car before leaving. The Annapolis Metropolitan Police Department Chief of Investigation Craig McCraw on Monday announced Halfacre had been preliminarily charged with 4 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and 1 count of robbery. So he goes and get upset because she wouldn't give him some of that check, which is crazy. It's a couple of things come to mind when I think about this. So one thing, either he didn't file no taxes last year, or did he work? Now the thing is, down off in the story, um, I can actually finish reading this. Um, the discovery of the victims were followed by a search for a 6-month-old girl who is the child of Malik Halfacre and a surviving victim and was reported missing from the home, according to police. The baby was found safe Sunday morning after Malik Halfacre's sister called police to report she had the missing child. Records showed the sister told police her brother had knocked on the door, came inside, and dropped off the baby and all the baby stuff before leaving. She said she also told investigators that Mr. Halfcraft admitted to killing 4 people and told her detail about how it happened. Police learned Sunday afternoon that Halfcraft saw a friend help and was hiding at a home. After hours of trying to persuade him to exit the home, efforts that include the use of tear gas, police SWAT team entered and found Halfacre hiding in the attic where he was taken into custody without incident. Um, there was a restraining order um, against him. Court records show Halfacre was not allowed to be at the residence where the shooting took place or in contact with the surviving victim. A restraining order petitioned by his daughter's mother and granted by a judge October the 6th, 2020, prohibit Halfacre from going near the woman's home and saying he cannot contact the woman neither either directly or indirectly. The woman in the filing indicate she had been a victim of domestic or family violence and repeatedly harassed by Halfacre. She noted Halfacre had threatened to cause her physical harm. In an incident on May 20, 2020, the woman said she and Halfacre got into a verbal argument that ended when Halfacre got mad and shot her car at least 8 times, according to the filing, which include a photograph of a car with multiple bullet holes. The woman listed another incident from September the 3rd, 2020, in which she allowed Halfacre to see their daughter. He was here for about 30 minutes to an hour, she wrote. He got mad because I picked her up the next morning. I came out to go to a gas station and noticed all my tires were flashed and there was sugar in my tank. The most recent killing followed the January 24th mass shooting in Indianapolis, which was the city's largest mass shooting killing over a decade. And that shooting, which reportedly began after a dispute between father and son, Kizzy Childs, 42, Raymond Child, 42, um, Elijah Child, 18, Rita Child, 13, Kiara Hawkins, 19, and Hawkins' unborn baby boy was shot. So, look, people, ladies and guys, both of you, once somebody show you they real self, believe them. Believe them. Here it is. This young lady went through several arguments, incidents with this guy, but she still wanted him to see his child. even though she had a court order. If you go to the point to get a court order, do not allow that person to come back. Um, so that's a sad situation. Here it is. He wanted either part or all of that stimulus check. Then after he got it, what's next? He hadn't killed four people for it. What happened to the money? He won't be able to enjoy it. Now you have four people murdered and you have one person injured. And the thing is, that money gonna have to go to medical bills, burial, if he didn't spend it all. Because according to the reports, he's only 25. But if you don't look at his age, you would think he at least 55 or older. Drugs is a terrible thing. I don't know if he was on drugs, but his appearance looked like he could have been. It could have been mental. Well, it is mental illness, but whatever it is, it never should have happened. Um, um, so it's crazy how people deal with stuff like that, um, and don't have to. Um, I'm sorry, I just seen something pop up on my phone. Oh, just another Senate that got arrested again for DUI. So, um, yes, he looked every bit of 55 and up. Um, and it may sound like a joke, but for him to be 25 and the way he looked, it's not good. It's not good at all. It either, unfortunately, allegedly it may be drugs. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can get this picture of him. There's a picture of him for you can see for yourself, radio. My light is shining, so you really can't see it that good. And I should have put it up for I can put it up on the screen. But yeah, he looked very older than what he is. Um, he definitely looked much older, and um, it's not good. It's not good when we run across um, people like this, all because of $1. In one report I read last night, she was willing to give him $450 of the money because she explained to him, I pay all the bills here. I need that money to pay bills. She offered him some money, but that wasn't enough. He wanted more. That's why I say allegedly could be drugs involved. I don't know. I don't know the dude. But from what I can see of him, I could say a couple of things. Because of his action, I could say several things. Here it is. She's trying to make it. You done shot up this woman's car. You done flashed the tires, put sugar in her tank. And the woman still allowed you to come see your child and was still going to give you some of that stimulus check. But because of your hate, your self hate, your greediness, because you're so greedy, you want it either more or you want it at all. That's the problem with a lot of people. Greed. A lot of these politicians, greed. That's why they lie to us and say they're gonna represent everybody, but instead, when they get in there and people start throwing money their way, allegedly throwing money their way, they start getting greedy, want more. I've always asked the question, why is it that Texas cannot get a casino? Louisiana got them. Oklahoma have them. We have one way down on the border, way down on the border of Mexico. And the thing is, why not get casinos? If we get them, it'll help the economy. It'll keep that money from going to Louisiana, keep it from going to Oklahoma. But hey, I'm going to just say that's greed because people that are in those positions may be allegedly getting paid to keep them out. That's my opinion. I feel I've always asked that question. Why we cannot get the casinos here? All these states around us at one point, uh Chris, welcome back to the show, man. I haven't seen you in so long. Welcome back. I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, Jimmy Carter should be a role model for politician. He's not greedy. And still today, at his age, he's still doing serving the communities. How old is he? 94, 95 or something? Um, 96. 96. And he's still doing community service. That's what you call a good leader. Still doing community service, no matter what. But we don't have to worry about certain president. Well, I shouldn't say certain. We don't have to worry about Trump doing community service. Um, Matter of fact, um, I believe it was when was it? Uh, Trump would not do community service because he'll say they weak or something. He'll say something crazy about it. But then it also comes out that it came out last week that Trump is not part of the presidential club. So he probably upset about that. Um, okay. He still teaches Sunday school, give community service, lives in a $150,000 house. That's he just lived, and he always before COVID, you always seen him doing something. Even over the last couple of years, when he had the battle with cancer, I believe it was brain cancer, if I'm not mistaken. He still served, still serving. He end up I think he ended up falling at one point. He was still serving, still serving. So that's the type of leaders we need. Yeah, he should be able to. Um, he should be able to get on. Be able to help the up and coming presidents, which I believe. Well, between him, President Clinton, President Obama, and President George Bush, they have a very good relationship. They communicate all the time. So, with that being said, I don't see Trump doing it. TCAP, welcome to the show. She said, I was hoping I didn't miss you tonight. Long night at work, but happy you are here. Happy. Hi, Kurt Dog. Hi, Radio. What up? What it do? And Radio said, I need to reach out to Marcellus because I talked to him, I guess, about a month or so ago. Yeah, it was last month because he did come on the show um, right around the time we started doing the prayer calls. And he came on, and that was the last time I seen him. I think I sent him a message one day. I put a comment on his page one day, and he responded back. So hopefully he's doing good. If anybody know where Marcel is at, tell him come on. We miss him. We miss him. Tell him come on back home. He may be working because I think he kind of changed jobs, but I don't know for sure because he do post a lot on Facebook, so he could have changed jobs, and that may be what it is, but I don't know for sure. But that's a couple of stories. Oh, you know what? I did want to talk about something else because while we was talking, and I'm gonna tell anybody this: if you are in an abusive relationship, please get help. Just like the young lady with the guy who wanted the stimulus check, get get some help. Get some help. It's okay to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with it. It can actually save your life. But um, this guy, Malik Halfacre, you're a loser. That's all to it. To to do this senseless killing is bad enough. But then you do this senseless killing, and now that's gonna be the talk of the town when it come down to certain folks. And kind of like what I did Sunday. Um, a lot of people felt like um, because I started talking about this particular podcast, where anything they said, and these are two black guys, anything they said about black folks was degrading. I could have swore I was being on that you been punk show. I'm like, I can't believe what these guys are saying. And some people took that as if they got the story mixed up. They heard bits and pieces of what I was talking about and automatic assume I was confusing or I don't know what they was thinking. I'm not gonna even try to figure out what somebody else was thinking. But like I told them, if you go back and re-watch the show, you'll understand. If you been watching the show for a while or tune in, you would understand. I'm about what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. There's no other way of putting it. You got to be honest and upfront. So that's all to it. Um, I'm gonna try to find this other story that came to mind. Um, uh, But just gonna go into this domestic violence thing because domestic violence is true. It happen. We hear about it happening to females a lot, but there are some guys out here that get abused too. Um, so definitely, if you are in that situation, get some help. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is on the screen. 1-800-799-7233. 1-800-799-7233. Um, hold on, because this is interesting. I just seen this, which is crazy. This actually happened in Michigan. Man accused of domestic abuse seen in same home as victim during a virtual hearing. Shout out to Deborah Davis, the prosecutor, because she realized that the victim, before she would answer, she would look off to the side. Now this dude, he actually try not to look to the side toward her, but you can kind of see something not right. So what happened is this prosecutor, one the officer that was on at the hearing also had actually reached out to him and told him, "Hey, you may want to send somebody there." She did it secretly, and you can see the officer pick the phone up, and he's talking to somebody. And then he put it back down. So the prosecutor kept talking, and finally she made the judge aware of it. That this guy was in the same house as the victim. 21-year-old Michigan man was accused of assaulting his girlfriend, logged into his virtual court hearing inside the same home as the alleged victim, forcing the judge to cancel his bond and place him in custody. Kobe James Harris was charged with assault with intent to commit bodily harm less than murder, stemming from a February 9th incident in Surges. I would assume that's Michigan. Um, but Harris versus St. Joseph County District Court hearing last week was quickly adjourned when the assistant to the prosecuting attorney said she believed he and his girlfriend, Mary Linsley, were near each other based on the victim response and body language. Your Honor, I have reason to believe that the defendant is in the same apartment as the complaining witness right now, and I'm extremely scared for her safety, Deborah Davis said, the news outlet reported. The fact that she's looking off to the side and he's moving around, I want some confirmation that she is safe before we continue. The judge then asked Linsley where she was. "Mm." Her response was, "I'm at home." The woman said hesitantly as she gave a Hatch Street address. Uh, when asked to disclose where he was, Harris gave Middleton a house number on East Lafayette Street, but the judge told him to go outside. Actually, they saying the judge told him go outside and snap a photo of the house number. But the judge told him to ask him if he was on a cell phone or a computer. He said he was on a cell phone. The judge asked him to go outside and show the house number. Um, Harris declined, saying his cell phone was low on power and was connected to a charger. Moments later, cops showed up at Leslie confirmed location to check on her. We may need to adjourn this, Your Honor, Davis told the judge before the virtual hearing went offline. Moments later, the live stream came back on, showing Harris in police custody. Your Honor, me and Mary both don't want the no contact, Harris said. I asked that be dropped. I'm sorry, I lied to you. I knew the cops was outside. I don't know why I the judge interrupt Harris, advised him to not utter another word. The hearing is adjourned. Your bond is canceled. If you have 10 million, you can't bond out. In addition, the prosecutor probably also going to charge you with obstruction of justice. Middleton said. The judge said the bizarre situation was a first for him. This is an issue we didn't have when we were having live court. This is the first time, to my knowledge, that this has occurred. Middleton said. He added that the first time I ever had anybody sitting in the next room potentially intimidating a witness to assault. The hearing was rescheduled for March 16th, while Harris was locked up at the St. Joseph County Jail, according to the report. So, Deborah Davis, my hat goes off to you. Um, okay, T. Cal, I'm sorry. I didn't see your comment. See y'all tomorrow. Have a safe night. Have a good night at work. Try not to work too hard. Um, Radio said, don't try to outsmart the judge. Yeah, I appreciate Deborah Davis, who was the assistant prosecutor that picked up on that. And that's the reason why the police came. You can actually watch the video online if you um, type in his name, Kobe James Harris. Type it in, it'll come up. And to see this video, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And he tried it, but it didn't work. So if you are a victim of any type of domestic violence, please get help. Get help. It's very serious. Um, get help and stand your ground. Stand your ground for the simple fact um, people have a tendency of going back to their abuser. I'm going to talk about an incident that happened um, in my neighborhood. In my neighborhood, um, last month, there was an incident where my wife and I were watching some TV show, and after a certain time, because I get up so early, I kind of dozed off a little bit on the couch. And about 11:45 at night, this was on a Friday night, 11:45 at night, someone and ringing the doorbell at the same time. I jumped straight up. I'm looking like, I know this ain't somebody knocking on our door this time of night. Then they do it again. I'm like, who is it? They said who they was. I'm like, and who are you? And um, I would agree with you, Chris. Um, and when they said the name, it didn't ring a bell. So they said, man, you don't have to open the door. Just call the police. Call the police. Um, this girl stabbed me in my face. Send them to this address, but you don't have to open the door. I grabbed my phone, called the police, told them exactly what he said. And when I told him, while I'm on the phone, she was like, "Can you see where he went?" I said, "I don't know. I think he went around my driveway. I'm unable to pull up my camera while I'm on the phone with you." But she was like, "No, don't go outside. Um, you need to stay safe." I said, "Well, look, I can hear sirens." She was like, "They're on their way." And as they got here, um, police cars was everywhere, paramedic, fire trucks, everywhere. So I go outside, and after maybe 30 minutes, because they was talking to the young lady on the side and all of this. Um, but then it kind of went south real quick. What I mean about went south, even though he came to my door looking for help, and as he was looking for help, he ended up, they was getting ready to put him on a stretcher, and I guess he said he didn't want to go to the hospital. I looked down, and when I looked down to look at something, and I heard clink clink, them put him in handcuffs. At this point, I'm trying to figure out what in the hell going on in my neighborhood. I'm like, what's really happening? So, with that being said, after a while, I see the policemen escort her in the house, and finally they came over to came over to talk to him. And they was like, "Hey, appreciate you for calling." And they said he's going to jail for the simple fact he tried to choke this young lady. This wasn't the first time. Said it been many of times that he tried to choke her out. This time, she defended herself. My answer to the cop was, well, need to tell her next time how to use that knife right, because she don't need to keep dealing with this. She need to be able to do it the right way for you won't do it no more. I never known there was a domestic violence going on in my neighborhood, but I also told the cop that if um she can call me, give her my number, she could call me, and if she need help, she could call or have one of her kids to call me, and I'll be here to help her. But that was crazy. Um, then of course I went back the next day. No, when I came back in the house, because they was out there for like 2 or 3 hours. When I came back into the house, I told my wife, gave her an update. So I went to my phone, pulled up the cameras, and when I pulled the cameras up, I'm gonna just say she was on that ass. she, you see him running, trying to get out the house, and she about 5 feet from him. She was on him. She was trying to catch him. Unfortunately, I'm glad she didn't. But then again, I feel like that's not a real man to put your hands on a woman, no matter what the situation may be. You never put your hands on a woman, and a woman should never put the hand on you. But at the same time, as a man, you have to be able to walk away from situations. Um, Radio asks, was this a young couple? I don't, I don't really know them that good. Speak to them, but just having a conversation, I couldn't tell you. But I would say late 30s, maybe early 40s. But either way, it's not right. I don't care if they was 80 years old, it still wouldn't be right. Shouldn't be right. Abuse is serious. If you are in an abusive relationship, do not stay in it. The longer you stay in it, the worse it's going to get, and it could cost you your life. Regardless if it's a male or a female, do not stay in it. Um, just not right. Now, the thing is, I don't know um, what the deal is or how long it been going on. I know one of my neighbors and I was outside one day, and all of a sudden the police just showed up. Didn't know why. I didn't know what the deal was. Ain't none of my business. But abuse is not good for no one. Whether if you are the receiving or the abuser, it's not good. It don't work out for anyone. So definitely, if you are in an abusive relationship, get out of it. That's the best thing you can do is get out of it because it could definitely cost you your life. And this is not something I read, not something that someone told me. I seen it. I seen the situation at night. He made it seem like it was she just attacked him, but he attacked her, and it's not right. Um, if I ever talk to the woman, I'll be like, "Hey, next time you gotta jug him right." I understand she probably wasn't even trying to hurt him, probably just trying to get him off of her. But still, it's not right for anyone to abuse anybody. So, but we got a couple of minutes left. We'll do a couple of minutes of ask Kurt Dog anything. No matter what you want to ask, this is the time you can ask. Um, only thing I would say, if you don't know, I'm very open. So if you ask me something, I'm gonna answer it. Long as it's nothing too personal, I will answer. But I will give you an answer regardless. So whatever it is that you want to know, this is the time to get to know me on a personal level. If y'all watch the show, you know sometimes I do get very personal about things, and that's just me. I don't believe in keeping secrets. Some things I'm just not gonna tell. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, yes, yes. Um, Steve McNair, former quarterback of Tennessee. He wasn't married. He wasn't murdered by his wife. It was his. I want to say it was his. Let me verify before I say it because I don't want to. I don't want to say that. Um, yeah, he was murdered by his side piece. Um, you're exactly right. He was murdered by his side piece. Um, in a murder suicide. Yep. Um, oh, uh, that's an interesting question. I don't know if Risky play pool or not, but I'm gonna get to your. I'm gonna answer that in a minute. Um, trying to pull up this other one. Uh, da, da, da. I'm trying to see how did he die. He died July 11, 2009. Um, I don't know if I'm not sure. Um, hold on. Okay. Well, according to what they're saying on Wikipedia, that his wife was first, Artrude Gatti, his wife was first arrested for homicide and then released after an autopsy done in Brazil ruled his death was a suicide. People, check on your people. Check on your people because people are struggling right now. Too many people have lost loved ones without being able to say goodbye to them. And that's a struggle. So if you know someone that is dealing with depression right now, check on them. Check on them. I try to check on my siblings, my family, because we've been hit hard the last since October or September. We've lost one, two, four family members, including my mom was one of them. So four total. Lost a cousin first. Turned around like a month later, or a month and a half later, lost my uncle. Then lost another cousin, and then turned around, lost my mom. So it been rough for our family. That's why we still do the family calls at night. And if I come on late, it's because I'm on the family call. So please understand that. It's not that I'm just coming on late just to be coming on. It's because I'm on the family call and the conversation, whatever conversation we having, I don't want to get off of it. What y'all see on the show, this is me not on the show. I'm very open. And my family and I, since this time, we have become very close. And I'm telling you, if you ever able to listen in on the call, or if we ever arrange for them to come on the show, it'll be entertaining, but it's also um, it's also to me, it's good to get it out, to be able to talk about what we're feeling, which is good. So um, so that's a good thing. It's a lot. So I have family members that reach out to me. Some reach out to me every day, every other day, just to see how I'm doing. And yeah, I have good days, I have bad days. So, but I have a lot more memories, and that's the good thing about it. So, um, Radio asks, who will win in pool, you or Miss Risky? I don't know if she play pool or not. Now, poker is completely different. I don't like sitting at the table with her at poker, lest we at the final table. Because she's one of those people, she's very patient when it come down to poker. So because she's very patient, it's hard to get a read on her. She could be sitting over there with quads, and you can have a full house, and you could be bedding and bedding, and she just gonna call you. Then all of a sudden, she'll re-raise you. And you thinking I had the best hand, but she'll be sitting up there with quad, and you never know. So, but Miss Risk is a great poker player. Um, that's how we actually met playing poker, and instantly we just became friends. Then when I started up the podcast, I said, you know what? I said I want you to. come on the show, be a co-host. Try to get her every night, but she wouldn't do it. Yeah, she said no. The only night I have is Thursday. That's the only night I will sacrifice. I said okay. And she's a great friend. I'm not gonna lie to you. She's a great friend. I could call her anytime, and she's one of those friends that's gonna listen. It been many of times in the last couple of months I call, yeah, crying, and she just be that great friend and listen. Um, Chris Tutter has that's correct. Sorry, his side girl. I think they promised her a future. Well, you can't change. I'm not gonna even say that. I'm gonna say something else that was kind of off the chain. But bottom line is, yeah, she wasn't the wife. She wasn't the wife. But uh, it's interesting because the thing is, people got to realize if you are married, both of you should try to outserve your spouse, fulfill all their needs where they have no reason to look nowhere else. Now, some people just gonna be a little doggish, or should I say a little hoish. Um, yeah, some people will be a little hoish and feel like it's a game, even though the wife or the husband doing everything they supposed to do at home and then some. Some people just gonna go out there and do doggish things. You can't change that. Um, Chris also said a great point, Kurt. You never know what people are going through. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Um, like I said, one of my good friends just got out the hospital. Once I made sure they was okay, I said, "Look, next time, send me a DM, text me, whatever. Let me know what's going on, if I could pray for you." And they was like, "Why? I didn't know if you were still grieving." And I told them, I said, "Look, as long as I can pray, I'm gonna pray. But I need to know what's going on if I can pray for you. If you just say, hey, I'm in the hospital, okay, you don't even have to say nothing else. I'm good with that. I'm gonna be praying for you." So um, but that's a good friend. And I appreciate him respecting that fact. But if it wasn't for my spiritual level, where I'm at spiritually, and if it wasn't for my counseling, I couldn't tell you where I would be today. And that's being straight up honest with you. Counseling is very important in my life. Now, I used to be one of those people that did not believe in going to counseling because I felt if I go to counseling, they just want to know my business. But when I almost died in 2017, that changed my life. My life had already been changed. I was already a Christian, but it changed my mind though about counseling. When I heard my wife say to our friends, I apologize for what Kurt is saying. I apologize. Ever since he got out the hospital, he haven't been the same. And I knew then I needed counseling once I heard her apologizing for me. So that's what I did. I said, no, I cannot put her through that. I said, no, I need counseling. And I've been taking it since 2018. Um, what was it? February? Yeah, February 2018. Because I got out the hospital in January. The 20, what's it? the 19th to 20th of 2018. Spent 6 weeks in there. And unfortunately, the first floor I was at, it probably some of the trolls I have on here because that's how they treated me. I might have to do a show about that, but it may be a while before I do that because it's not good. Um, just because you're in a safe place does not mean people still don't look at the color of your skin. Yeah, where nurses refuse to do their jobs. Um, then these same folks that refuse to help you do certain things, they turn around, they want to fill up your water. You don't know if they putting something in there or not. Yep, that was before COVID. So yeah, it was bad. But when I got moved, when I request to be moved to another floor, it was completely different because I told them either y'all move me or I feel like I would not walk out of this hospital alive. Not because of what I was in there for, but because I felt one of those nurses would have done something, would have gave me the wrong medication or whatever. So they hurry up and moved me off the floor. And once I got moved, the nurses on that floor, they all would come to my room. And I never understood why at the beginning. They would come in there and just sit and talk. And they was like, we heard about when you was on the other floor. Um, I guess a couple of nurses that came in that was good, they would come in and talk. And they was like, y'all need to talk to him. He's really good. He's talking. He's encouraging you regardless that he's in a hospital. He's really good. And that's where it came from. So all the nurses on that other floor, they came down every night. They loved when they came to work. When they went on break, they'll come in my room. They got to the point when they went to go get them some lunch on the weekend. Hey Curtis, you want anything? We're going to such and such. Okay. I go down to the ATM, get some money, and ask them to pick me up this, pick me up that. And at first they were like, no, no, we'll get it for you. I'm like, no, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. I appreciate it. And they treated me like family. I loved it. But I was ready to get up out of there too. Um, Radio said, I'm sorry to hear that, Kirk dog. It's a lot to deal with. Yes, it is. Death is never easy. Um, we know at some point we're gonna have to face that road, but it's never easy. Never is. Um, so definitely love your loved ones, check on them, make sure they okay. A lot of people are dealing with stuff behind closed doors because of the pandemic and you unable to see them. Even if you call, shoot them a text, hey, how you doing today? I have family members that they call me or text me, hey, how you doing? Probably as soon as I get off the air, one of them probably gonna call and I will talk about the show. They may still be on the family call. I tell them once I got off, I'll come back on, see if they still on there. But yeah, I love my family, and it been good. It been good. So, but man, I keep thinking tonight is Wednesday for some reason. I want to say Miss Risky will be here tomorrow, but no, she won't. We have one more day before she's on the show. And I appreciate everybody for listening tonight. If you just not tuning in, you have been listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. I'm M. Who You With Kurt Dog. You can catch us Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. If I'm a little bit late, I will still be on. So definitely tune in with us, chat live with us during the live show. If it's a subject that you would like for us to speak on, you can always shoot us an email and say, hey, Kurt, let's talk about this. We're going to have some stuff coming up that's going to be completely different than other shows we done. Miss Risky have took the lead in doing certain things, and I appreciate her for it. So leading up to that show, you're gonna see a difference about some of the topics we talk about, and it's gonna be some deep topics that gonna be different. I've always wanted to do shows like this, but due to the pandemic and Trump craziness, um, we end up doing something different. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. Check on your loved ones. Um, and if it's someone that is dealing with stress or depression and you need someone to listen to you, reach out to me. The number is strolling across the stream 972-591-3665. 972-591-3665. Please, no games, because this is serious. This is life and death situation. So if you just calling just to harass or whatever, don't do it. But if you are serious and need someone to listen to, reach out to me. I'm here for you. So until tomorrow night, if the good Lord say the same, I will see y'all then.